Hi, Andy. For this week's task, I have chosen to analyze the adult lesson plan on the present perfect continuous. Let's jump right in. I'm going to share my screen and take us to the lesson. Students have just gone ahead and started making positive sentences. And so from this point, midpoint through, I'd like to offer a Padlet activity with the prompt, post about an activity you have been doing recently using the present perfect continuous. Students will have an opportunity to go ahead and offer responses. I will provide an example. Students, the example, I have been learning English for 6 months. Go ahead and write something now that you've been doing recently. A student writes, I have been reading a lot of books lately. A student writes, I've been working on improving my photography skills recently. What's cool about this activity is not only do they get to offer an initial response, but then they get to engage one another in written dialogue. For example, a student writes, I have been learning English for 6 months. A student can respond, that's great. Have you been enjoying your English classes? A student can also offer a response that might have an error in it. So it's a really good opportunity for students to learn error correction. I has been doing yoga to feel better. And then the student can respond, I have been. So ultimately, you get a board that looks like this with a lot of response as a part of the thread. At the end of the lesson plan, to kind of recap all that we've gone ahead and learned in terms of meaning, form, and use, I would do a 10-question Kahoot quiz, which I know students really enjoy. So the first question, for example, is what is the correct form of the present perfect continuous? Have slash has plus been plus verb ing, had plus verb ing, be plus verb ing, or will plus be plus verb ing. Correct answer is red. Good job. Question two, choose the correct sentence. She is been working since 8 a.m. She have been working since 8 a.m. She has been working since 8 a.m. or she has been work since 8 a.m. Great job. Yellow is the right answer. She has been working. I'll go ahead and click through some questions some more questions so you can see. For example, what is the function of the present perfect continuous? So it's not just asking questions to identify whether students know how to write sentences, but also the ideas behind the rules of the tense. Fill in the blank. He blank been learning Spanish for 6 months. Choose the correct negative sentence. The lesson does talk about affirmative sentences, negative sentences, contractions as well. What's the correct question form? We blank been waiting for the bus for 30 minutes. Why is this sentence incorrect? He has been play football all day. So it really does engage students across that lesson plan. So these are my ideas for lesson enhancements. I thought it was a really beautifully scaffolded lesson and it was engaging. And so hopefully this furthers that engagement. Thanks for listening.